All right, welcome back, everyone. Ready for another deep dive?
Always. What are we getting into today?
Well, today we're going to be talking about astute observation.
Ooh, interesting.
It's really cool, yeah. And we're looking at some excerpts from Astute Observations, Emotional Intelligence, Humility, and Adaptation.
Okay, I'm intrigued already.
Yeah, and it really makes you think about, why do some people see opportunities like everywhere, and then other people only see roadblocks?
Right, like what sets those people apart?
Exactly. So that's kind of the main question we're going to try and tackle today. And, the source kind of connects this ability to emotional intelligence and adaptability.
Right, which makes sense. Those things definitely play a role.
Yeah. So to get started, what exactly does it mean to be astute?
Well, the source defines astute as being able to really understand things and situations, like clearly see what's going on.
Okay, so it's more than just, seeing what's right there in front of you, right?
Exactly. It's about, deeper understanding. And this is where emotional intelligence comes in, big time, according to our source.
Yeah, the source talks about that a lot. And, I think we've all met people who are just really good at staying, calm and collected, even when everything's kind of falling apart.
Right.
Have you noticed that?
Oh, absolutely. Like it's almost like they have this superpower,
Yeah.
They don't, freak out or get overwhelmed easily.
So how does emotional intelligence help us when things get tough?
Well, it's not about, not having emotions or pretending everything's fine. It's more like recognizing and understanding those emotions, but not letting them control your actions.
So it's about, managing those emotions, not letting them totally take over.
Exactly. And when you can do that, you can start to see things more clearly, even when you're, dealing with a difficult situation.
And I think that's where you can
Yeah.
start seeing those opportunities that other people miss.
Right. Absolutely. You're not so blinded by the immediate problem.
You can think clearly.
You think clearly. Yeah.
Okay, so emotional intelligence is key. And then the source also brings up humility, right? It emphasizes that a lot.
Yes. Humility is huge. It's about recognizing our own limitations, We don't know everything. We can't always control everything.
And being okay with that, right?
Right. Exactly. And that kind of ties into the adaptability part, I think.
Because if you're humble, you're more open to, changing course.
Yeah. You're more willing to learn from your mistakes, try new things, and not be afraid to admit when you're wrong.
Oh, that's a tough one.
It is, but it's so important.
I think one of the most memorable parts of the source is that Banksy quote. It says, "Speak softly, but carry a big can of paint." What do you think that means in the context of, astute observation?
Ooh, that's a good one. Well, to me, speaking softly could be about that humility we were just talking about, right?
Like approaching situations with an open mind.
Exactly. Not, being arrogant or thinking you have all the answers. And then the big can of paint, I think that symbolizes being ready to act,
To make an impact, right?
Yeah. When you see an opportunity, you have to be prepared to seize it and make the most of it.
Wow. Yeah, that's a powerful image.
It is. And it really gets to the heart of what astute observation is all about.
So it was more than just a passive thing, just observing, right?
Right. It's about understanding, adapting, and then taking action.
Okay, so how do we actually apply all of this? How can someone become more of an astute observer?
Well, I think self-awareness is a good place to start. Pay attention to how you react in different situations, especially challenging ones.
So, notice if you're letting your emotions get the best of you.
Exactly. Or if you're shutting down other perspectives. It's about training yourself to see beyond the immediate, obstacle and recognizing those potential paths forward.
Wow. So much to think about.
There is.
So just to kind of sum up what we've talked about, emotional intelligence helps us navigate challenges. Humility keeps us grounded and adaptable. And those two things together create that foundation for astute observation.
And that astute observation is what ultimately allows us to see and create those opportunities.
This has been an incredibly insightful dive. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
And for everyone listening out there, here's something to think about. Think back to a recent situation where you faced an obstacle. Could you have approached it differently, maybe with more emotional intelligence, more humility, more adaptability?
How might that have changed things?
Keep those questions in mind as you go about your day. You never know what opportunities are waiting to be discovered.
And with a little astute observation, maybe you'll be the one to find them.
Until next time.